Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Stocks by Request, where I tallied all of the requests that you sent over the past few days. For those who are watching the replay of this video, this is done at almost midnight. Apologies, as it's been really, I guess, a very, very, very long day for me. I tried to juggle my own trading, the blogs, the website that I'm doing, plus all of the other businesses that are at hand. So I know it's a bit late, but if you're still awake, we're still doing stocks by request, and we'll try to tally the top 10 stocks that were that had the most number of votes. So while you're all trying to join, I'll try to give it 1 or 2 minutes for everyone to have a chance to join our stocks by request session, and also, I guess, just a quick plug also for everyone. Couple of events that will happen in the next few days. Stock Smarts Manila will be this Saturday, where we talk a lot about technical analysis, where we teach you a lot of oscillators, moving averages, and how you can actually trade the market either as a quick trader or position trader. So that's happening this Saturday in Stock Smarts Manila. Then after that, if you guys know anyone from Japan or Tokyo, will be there this March 18 to 20 for Stock Smarts Tokyo. Then after that, we'll be back in Manila for fundamental analysis of Stock Smart. So we got technicals and fundamentals in Manila this March. So for those that want to join, I hope to see you, and it's nice to see a lot of those that have attended the sessions and who would also join the stocks by request. After that, we'll be in Davao, Singapore, and also Perth, Australia, and Iloilo. And by the way, I'm also here to announce, we already have a date for Stock Smarts in Doha, Qatar, and Dubai. Doha, Qatar will be in July. Dubai also will be in July this year. So I'm excited to see you all there. So I guess that's it. And then our biggest event this year will be Investment Conference 2017 in SMX. It's along with Brandon Johnson, Carlo Ople, and a lot of people that I respect and adore as well. So now I think we have a good number of people already that are tuned in. I'd like to greet the first ones that have joined us. We have Shell Almerol asking for JFC. Jazz Jimenez, say good evening. Annalie, good evening to you as well. You have someone from Riyadh asking for ALCO. You have El Rich, good evening to you. Oliver Ana Enriquez asking for CHP. And IMI, good evening also to Nelsie from Jeddah Kingdom of Saudi, from Jeddah KSA. Elaine, Stock Smarts in Manila. I was able to attend module 1 and 2. We'll give you an updated schedule for the next ones in Manila, but for sure we have something this Saturday for Stock Smarts Manila. Si Junal is asking for CHP. Bem is asking for now, and ALCO, you have JR asking for now, MPI, CHP. Nako, JR Manansalam, mukhang jackpot ka. Most of what you requested is part of it. Elaine Profeta won't be available. Oh no! I remember you, Elaine. Ikaw yung nasa front where you nag-dictate ng stocks to me as well. Then you have who's this? Romelva from Dubai. Hello to you. Hope to see you in July. Alfie is asking for Surpass, Alfie Soriano. Then you have Sid Villarasa asking also for Surpass. Mukhang a lot of you have seen the price action of Surpass lately. Hello to everyone from Doha. Then you have Junal Bayog asking for PA. Let me start first with the top 10 that's been requested, the one that has the most number of votes. Then if we have time, we'll try to go with some of your live requests first. But if what you've requested, what you're asking for, is part of the top 10, the jackpot also. Christopher Pagio asking for Bloom, TUGS, and ALCO. Nako, 2 out of the 3 that you have requested is there. Ramil Uchi asking for CHP and JFC. What you've requested is also there. So, alright, let's start already. It's already 11:38 here in Manila. I guess in Qatar, it's still 7. In Dubai, it's still 8. So, people who are in Australia and Japan, medyo madaling araw na sa inyo. But let's do this. All of this will be in my website and in my YouTube channel for those that want to see the replay. So, just in case you tuned in late. By the way, before we go with the first stock, there was around 2 days of foreign buying, but after today also we we also experienced some foreign selling as well. If I would try to look at the number of days that they were selling, no, there was 5 straight days of foreign selling, then 2 straight days of foreign buying, then today we had some foreign selling again. There's I guess preparation. Kinorekta ako ni Sid, sabi niya, to be correct, Marvin, it's 6:38 exact Doha time. So yeah, 5-hour difference, correct? There's been a lot of hesitation also from foreign funds to move the money, meaning not just from the Philippines, or take it outside from emerging markets to back to the US, especially if there's a 0.25% hike in the interest rate. So you can expect that every time there's any movement like that, a lot of the foreign funds will start to move money away from the Philippines and more back to developed markets as well. So again, as I've been saying this all the time, that should it drop because of selling due to the interest rate hike, if you're a long-term investor, not a trader, it could give you the possibility also to start investing for stocks that have dropped. So the very first one that we'll talk about is PLDT. Surprisingly, today it had a lot of requests. Number one, because of their disclosure of income. Again, their disclosure of income is not as exciting as what it was a couple of years ago. It's still relatively lower. But what brought the price action from, if I would try to look at it a bit further, is at this point in time, the dividends that they're giving out for the year would be around 5% at this point in time. So that's what caused the price action for the stock to move up in spite of it not having rosy reports or rosy news. So let me pull up the chart for PLDT first. Okay, PLDT stock for one broke out of the resistance at 1473. I repeat, PLDT today broke out from a resistance of 1473 with relatively much better volume. Oscillators as well for PLDT showing more bullish sentiment for the short to mid-term. However, over the long term, the stock is still relatively bearish. So a breakout from 1473 could bring the stock, and you can remember this target prices, could bring the stock to a very short-term target price of 1,600 to as high as 1,680. So for those doing quick punts or doing quick trades for PLDT, a breakout from 1473 can bring it as high as 1,600 to around 1,680. But disregard this should the stock fail to hold 1473. So I'll repeat it. A breakout from 1473 will bring it to 1,600 or to as high as 1,680. If it fails to hold 1473, you can disregard this breakout. You can call it also a false breakout if you may, and it may retrace back to 1,380 as well. For position traders, the stock is still relatively bearish. For it to reverse from a bearish from the bearish dominated movement to something that's reversing going up, it must break out of 1,680. So for those who attended the Stock Smart sessions, I hope that you're reviewing the charts as I weave through this as well. So that's it for PLDT. The next one is madami sa inyo nag-post nito just even now. It's CHP. So we'll move to from one bearish stock to another bearish stock. The question now lang is, how bearish is it? Is it now actually trying to be protected by some sort of support level, or is the onslaught of selling still there? I have a question. Sino sa inyo may hawak ng CHP? Are you buying it for trading, or are you using it for investing? I don't know if you've recalled, I mentioned this over and over. Even when they did their IPO, I wasn't a fan of the IPO because a large portion of the proceeds of it would just go to debt repayment. So remember, when you go for IPOs, you would want to have the company use the money for expansion, na hindi lang din nila pamabayad ng utang, or it would just go to them or for the owners that they would earn from it as well. So just a heads up. For Wilcon, by the way, I'll make another video about this separate. It will probably be in YouTube. So you can check out my thoughts about Wilcon as well. So hello to you, Don Velasco. Hello to you, Mark Morfe. Asking for X. Don Velasco is from Qatar, by the way. So now let's proceed with CHP. Nothing much has changed. CHP is still bearish. I repeat, CHP is still bearish for the short, mid, and long term. Nothing really has changed with the stock. For position traders, we don't have a buy signal yet for the stock. I repeat, for position traders, we don't have a buy signal for the stock for CHP. It's still relatively bearish at this point in time. Next is for those who are watching it on a quicker level, there's a very short-term support at 8.2. It's not so strong. I repeat, it's not so strong as of this point. We don't have any evidence that it's relatively strong, but it's now been trying to stay above 8.2 for the past 4 trading days. So why am I saying this? Should a bounce happen from 8.2 for the stock, it could possibly go up to around 9.14. So at least that's an 11% upside for those who are trading this at this point in time. I repeat, a bounce from 8.2 for quick traders could lead the stock back up to around 9.15. So you can peg that as your target price, as your quick target price, 8.2. A bounce from 8.2 will have it at a target price for 9.15. So that's a 10.8% or 11% trade for you. By the way, for those who are asking, so you don't mix the terms whenever I would discuss it. When I talk about target price, it's more of a technical target price. When I talk about fair value, it's something that you compute using fundamentals or valuation methods as well. So that's how you can differentiate the terms when I use it, because they're somehow used interchangeably. But for me, target price is technicals, fair value is fundamentals and valuations, which you can compute also on your own based on different valuation methods that you would want to employ. Alright, so we have 2 bearish stocks already. We have PLDT and we have CHP. The difference lang is PLDT broke out for the short term, but CHP is trying to bounce from a relatively weak support level. You have to remember, the shorter the support, the weaker it is as well. So hello to you, Jonathan, asking for CPG. Jonathan Caveles. You have Shan Azarcon asking for ALCO. Shan, ikaw rin ba yung nag-request ng ALCO last week? Parang, is ALCO your favorite stock? I'm trying to remember. De Santiago asking for Cyber. Then you have Klein Santos asking for PA. But let's go through the stocks first that have been requested the most. Remember, just keep on voting for the top stocks so that they'll be the ones that we discuss first. I have to give priority to those that would request for the top stocks every time we make videos. So the next one, we have Mega World. Mega World. Who among you listening to this video that's live right now has Mega World or is actually watching Mega World stocks? Mega World, a couple of things about Mega World. First of all, Giovanni's asking for Cebu, Joseph asking for Web, Iko Mancao from Riyadh is asking for a stock, Junald Bayog is asking for PA. Alright, let's continue first. Mega World, if you try to follow Mega World, long term, it's still bearish. I repeat, long term, it's still bearish. There isn't really a very strong buying conviction for the stock yet. You have a strong resistance at around 4.25. I repeat, for MEG, there's a resistance at 4.25, meaning as a stock tries to approach around 4.25, it will experience heavy selling. But as of now, we're still a far way off from where 4.25 is. It's still 13% apart from where we are right now. For those who are relatively trading it and are willing to wait, if you've noticed, Mega World also has started to go up a bit. Pakonti-konti siyang umaakyat. From the support level where it bounced, it was from 3.3 and it's already up around, probably it's up 15% right now. A key resistance to watch out for the short term for Mega World is 3.9. So for people trading shorter durations, should it bounce from where it is right now, watch for it at 3.9. If it fails to break out at 3.9, the stock could possibly have a harder chance to go even higher. So I'll repeat this. Breakout from 3.7 will put it to 3.9. a breakout from 3.9 will bring it to our strongest resistance at 4.25 pesos per share. So those are things that you must consider. Position traders and long-term investors, Mega World is bearish. No buy signal set for you. For people who have longer waiting periods, the stock is starting to move up already. You have a couple of oscillators who are pointing that there is a very, very small bullish reversal, but it's there's no momentum yet, so it may take a longer time. So trigger 3.7 to 3.9, breakout from 3.9 could bring it to 4.25. If it does not hold from 3.7, the stock will drop to 3.3. So 3.7, breakout to 3.9, 3.9, breakout to 4.25. If it goes the other direction, it does not hold 3.7, it can go down to 3.3 as well. But the stock now is slowly going up, but at a very, very slow level as well. Money still, from a volume and price perspective, is still pretty much bearish. Money still moving out from the stock. Shout out to Randall Chongson, who's joining us. Are you still here, Randall? If you have questions about financial planning, personal finance, you can check him out. He just we're mounting up Icon again, Icon 2017. With Rex Mendoza, Diwa Gunigundo. We'll talk about tech startups. We'll talk about building a business for 30 years. We have one speaker there who's built a business from scratch, and it's there for 30 years now. So interesting. I hope for you guys who would join us yearly there, I hope to see you as well. We'll be launching our books there for those who have been following it on a yearly basis now. So I guess that's it. So we have 3 bearish stocks already. PLDT is bearish, long-term. CHB is bearish for the long-term. Mega World is bearish for the long-term as well. So you already see what's happening in the market. In spite of where it was, it's somehow hitting levels of resistance already that in spite of it bouncing after the big drop a couple of months ago, it still needs something game-changing. It needs a fuel that will cause buyers to come in. And again, people are watching what's happening abroad. Remember the Fed rate hike. As long as funds are still pulling out because of that, I think it may be relatively harder for the market to move higher as well. So, next stock. Ang dami nagre-request ng ALCO. I'll be honest, no, ALCO is not part of the top 10, but because a lot of you are requesting it, I'll try to add that as number 11 for today. Is that okay? Okay ba sa inyo yun? Oh, we have Hervey Reacto from Shanghai. Okay, Hervey, paano ka naka-VPN ka? Mukhang illegal connection to. Patrice from Singapore, hello. Nagpagupit ako sa Talas, Manilen mo. Ralph Semining, hi Sir Marvin, how is it? I'm from Cebu and attended your seminar. Hello to you, Ralph. I think I remember you from the last session that we had there as well. Alright, so the next stock that we will look at, we had telco, we had cement, we had property development. We're going to another property development stock, which is VLL. By the way, do you guys like ALCO? If you like ALCO, we'll do it, but probably the last part. So just let me know if you still like ALCO. But we'll go first to the fourth stock, which is a property development stock, Vistaland. Vistaland. Okay. All right, Vistaland, same thing. Nothing different from the first 3 stocks I mentioned. Vistaland is also bearish for the long term. The long-term support or long-term resistance for VLL. When I say long-term resistance, it's what's preventing VLL from actually breaking out. It's what's protecting VLL from not actually being bullish. The long-term resistance for VLL is at 5.3. Wait, we have someone from Turkey. It's the first time I've heard someone from Turkey join us. Junjun Lase, hello to you. So we have a resistance for VLL at 5.3. I repeat, we have a resistance of VLL at 5.3 pesos per share. However, again, position traders, no buy signal yet. The stock is still bearish for the long term. So try to avoid it yet until you find a good reversal signal for the stock. Money still moving out of VLL. Oscillators are still bearish for stretch period, but there is a I guess I could say a movement upward for the stock. Simon, what country is that? Bahrain. That's Bahrain, no? JR from Bacolod, Roy from KSA. So now, VLL bearish for the long term. For the short term, we have a support at 4.7 for VLL, and we have a resistance at 4.9. I repeat, we have a support at 4.7. We have a support at 4.7, and now VLL hit the resistance at 4.9 but failed to break out. So I repeat this. Because VLL failed to break out of 4.9, we may possibly see it just go back to 4.7. But should it break out from 4.9, the next possible target price for VLL will be at around 5.1. So I repeat this. Support 4.7, it bounced, it hit 4.9, it failed to break out of 4.9. As it failed to break out from 4.9, watch it closely. As it may go back to 4.7, but should it bounce back from 4.9, the next target price for the stock is 5.1 pesos per share. So that's it for VLL, for stocks now that are bearish for the long term. Hello from Virgie from Israel. So we have a lot of people from the Middle East tuned in, and it's just nice to be able to hear all of you. So next, okay, you have who's this? You have Pecto asking for X, Simon asking for X as well. X is not included in the top 10, but I can include that as well, similar to ALCO. If a lot of you who are online is looking out for X, we can include that as well. So I'll try to include ALCO and X later if you also like X to be included in the list. Next, the next stock that we'll watch out for, that had the highest number of requests, is now STI. STI, of course, for those who know, is into education. It's into schools. I think we discussed this a couple of months, couple of weeks back also when it broke out. So what we're seeing now for STI is a result of it breaking out. What started the uptrend for STI was a breakout from the resistance of 0.68. From the breakout of 0.68, that's when the uptrend started. I think when we did the video about this a couple of months ago, around October, it started to break out, and now it's up almost 80% from where we are. So why am I saying this for STI? Position traders, this is what's different from the first four stocks that I mentioned. STI now is actually bullish. Wow, Kazakhstan! We have someone from Kazakhstan, Ruben Ray from Kazakhstan. What do you do, Ruben from Kazakhstan? Very interesting. We don't have as much viewers from Kazakhstan, but thank you for joining us. Couple of things. Four stocks are bearish. STI is the only bullish stock that we have that we're actually discussing. For STI, the stock is still bullish. We don't have a sell signal yet for the stock. I repeat, for those watching STI, position traders, we have no sell signal yet. The stock is pretty much bullish. Majority of the oscillators are pointing towards a more bullish undertone. It just experienced a short correction the past few days, but if you're a position trader, we have no sell signal yet for the stock. Now, if you're a quick trader, by the way, if you're a quick trader, the short-term support for the stock is 1.11. The resistance is at 1.21. So I repeat, there's a buy signal every time it bounces from 1.11, and your target price will be 1.21. For those doing that, that's still a 10% trade more or less. Buy at 1.11, sell at 1.21. If it breaks out from 1.21, the stock can go as high as breakout from 1.21 for STI. Let me pull out the chart kasi medyo mahaba-habang resistance na yan. Probably a breakout from 1.21 for STI can go to as high as 1.4. I repeat, a breakout from 1.21, the stock will go for 1.4 for the short term. If it fails to hold naman 1.11, the stock will retrace to a very small support at around 1 peso per share. So 111, 121 tradable range. 121 breaks out, it can go to 140. If it does not hold 111, it will go to 1 peso per share for the stock. So among the 5 that we talked about, this is the most bullish, and this is the, I guess, better promise compared to the 4 stocks at this point in time. You have to remember, when it comes to stocks by request, now it's very time sensitive as well, because the way we analyze charts are based on what's happening to the stock right now. So you have to remember, if you would revisit this by next week, the analysis also would change, because the charts would move and there will be different movements in the direction as well. So what I'm saying now is based on what the chart is telling me from this point in time. You have to remember this. And for those who attended the Stock Smart session, you can use this as a review. You have to remember the technical analysis allows you to analyze the present by looking at the past, by how it has moved in the past. Our goal here is not to forecast what's happening in the market, but our goal here is to actually base and analyze it based on past prices. So what I like about this is you don't have to look at any news. The chart will tell you and let you know everything you need to know how you're supposed to actually trade the stock with ease and confidence as well. So we're now at the midpoint. We're done with STI. The next stock that we'll analyze, a lot of you have requested this. It's Jollibee. But before we go to Jollibee, Langhap Sarap Chicken Joy Jollibee, let me greet a lot of you. We've had a lot of people from Dubai and Abu Dhabi join us. We also have Sakto Karotek. At Sakto Karotek, we're gonna talk about Jollibee as well. We have Karu asking for the PSEI and asking for SMPA. Sabi ni Carissa, yay! Carissa, are you into Jollibee ba? Ralph Senning asking for Jollibee as well. Mukhang madaming fans ng Jollibee who's joining us right now. You also have Chris Gabriel from Australia who's also tuned in and joining us. And also Rashan Pascual, a very interesting IT consultant. Sobrang galing na IT consultant yan, Rashan Pascual. What's this? Baguio. For those who ask Baguio, we don't have a schedule yet for Stock Smart's Baguio. I hope to do one soon. We just did one, I guess, late last year. No schedule yet, but I'll keep you updated. Should there be one as well. Hello to Sam Chanko from New York City, Cubao. Have you seen Talas Manileño in Cubao? Thank you, Sam. Very yan, masyadong malayo, kailangan pa ng US visa para punta dyan. From Sam Chanko from New York City. Anyways, Jollibee. Sino sa inyo Jollibee trader na naging investor na lang? You have to remember this. Jollibee is a good company. However, it does not matter if it's a good company. If the stock is bearish, which Jollibee is, it will continue to go down until there's something that either would change in its sentiment or in its earnings, or there's something that they could do to bring more buyers to come in. But until that happens, Jollibee is still bearish, and I would treat Jollibee as a stock that's downtrend that will continue to go down. You have to remember this. Again, review for those who attended the Stock Smart sessions. A stock that's going down, a stock that's in a downtrend will continue to go down until something changes. So, has something changed? Not that much yet. We really don't have any buying signals yet for the stock. I repeat. As for Jollibee, we don't have any buying signals yet, especially for position traders. Jollibee is pretty much still bearish. It still pretty much is in a large or very strong movement downward. For position traders, we don't have a buy signal yet for the stock. I repeat, for position traders, we don't have a buy signal yet for the stock. Jollibee tried to go up, but it hit a resistance at around 206. It failed to break out 206. Then it failed. There was a support for Jollibee at 200 over here, but 200 did not hold. So as 200 did not hold, it's now again in a breakdown free fall mode, which the next support is around 185 pesos per share. So 200 is now the resistance, 185 is the next support. So should selling continue, it could go down to 185. I repeat, it could go down to 185 pesos per share. If it does not hold 185, here's the thing, Jollibee can go down to 176 pesos per share. So I repeat this, because it broke down of 200, the next possible place it can go down to is 185. If 185 does not hold, it could possibly go down to 176. So I think next week Jollibee will still be in the stocks by request, because a lot of people will request this stock. I think it's one of the favorite stocks here. So I'll give you an update about Jollibee by next week as well. So stay tuned for that. For position traders, you avoid. For quick traders, we don't have any relative support yet where you should actually come in. So for those who just joined us now, we've analyzed TEL, CHP, MEG, VLL, STI, and JFC. We now have 6 stocks. 5 of them are bearish. If you just joined us, this will be in marvingirmo.com to give you more up for you to watch the whole video later on if you want to watch it at your own pace. Okay, so Ricardo Delisay asking about TEL. I just mentioned that at the start of the video, so you can come back to it later. Victor Cruz, again, I'll make a separate video on Wilcon, so don't worry about it. We'll do it soon. Next, all right. After Jollibee, we have 4 stocks. That's in the top 10. But as promised, I will include ALCO and I will include Surpass at the end later on. So next stock is pretty much influenced by oil or fuel. It has also a lot of impact pag natamaan siya ng increase ng US dollars. It's owned by Gokongwei. It starts with a C. Can anyone guess what it is? I'll give you 5 seconds to react if you know what it is. While I pull up the chart, starts with a C. 3-letter word. Okay, nakuha na ni Jocelyn. Jocelyn, tagasan ka? Sid also got it. Yep, we're gonna talk about Cebu Pacific. Cebu Pacific, similar. For position traders, no buy signal yet. The stock is still bearish. So now you have 5 stocks plus Cebu Pacific, which makes the stock relatively bearish over the long term already. We don't have any buy signal. You have to remember Cebu Pacific now is highly susceptible to the increase in dollars, plus not just the increase of the appreciation of the US dollar, but also the increase of oil prices. So a lot of the dynamics that should have been going Cebu Pacific's way before, low US dollar and low and very strong peso, is now not working. It's not working to its favor so position trader stock is bearish, no buy signal yet, no reversal signal is in sight. The strongest resistance for the stock is around 102 pesos per share. So now short term, the stock also is experiencing a very thin downward movement. So what do I mean by that? It tried to go up to 98 pesos per share, but it failed to break out of 98. As it failed to break out of 98, the stock suddenly corrected already, and it broke down from another support at 95. So from 98, it broke down from 95. Now it's at a support at 90, but it's already in a very short downtrend. So why am I saying this? The stock is bearish for the mid to long term. The stock is also in a short-term downtrend. Now it's floating at a support of 90 pesos per share. If it fails to bounce off from 90, I'll tell you this, if it fails to bounce off from 90, the stock could drop to around, let me see, the next drop for Cebu Pacific will lead the stock to around 85 pesos per share. So it fails to hold 90, it can go down to 85. If it fails to hold 85, it can go down to 75 pesos per share. So 90, fails to hold 90, it will go down to 85. Fails to hold 85, it will go down to 75 pesos per share for the stock. However, a bounce from 90, buy at 90. If it bounces, buy at 90, sell at 99. I repeat, if it bounces from 90 with conviction, with volume, buy at 90, sell at 99. If it fails to do that, but a lot of oscillators are saying the stock is bearish as well. So 6 stocks that are relatively bearish for the long term. We just have STI that's bullish for the long term. Can you hear me well? Is there any interference in the sound? So let me know. I just wanted to know if I'm relatively clear in terms of the way you hear it from where you guys are. Anyways, before we proceed to the 7th stock, ito madami rin nag-request nito. Just a quick halftime plug, no, for our seminars. Okay, for our seminars, it's we have again Singapore this May. I forgot to mention that we have Singapore. So May 20 to 23, my organizer messaged me to tell you that meron sa 23. So we have that, and then after that, after Singapore, we also have Japan just next week. Please, if you have friends in Tokyo, I hope to see them there. Tokyo, Japan for Stock Smarts, Japan. Next, oo nga, may hangin, no? I'll try to change that in the next video. But for sure, I'll edit this also, so when it's uploaded in YouTube, wala na siya masyadong hangin doon. Alright, next. Next stock is TUGS, Harbor Star. They just also disclosed that they're increasing and buying more tugboats in the next few months. So they're not just increasing their capacity for the Philippines, but they're also increasing their capacity to also expand into other countries as well. So let's continue. Alright, so you had 6 bearish stocks from the mid to long term. You had 1 bullish stock. Harbor Star is still bullish for the long term. Position traders, yes, tama ka, Victor. TUGS. There's no sell signal yet. It tried to go down, but the support at 3.25 protected TUGS. Hence, the bounce that you're seeing from 3.25 to 3.7. So, mid to long term, the stock is still in its bullish uptrend. So, you don't have any sell signal yet if you're a position trader. If you're a quick trader, the stock tried to correct, but it got protected by 3.25. Now, though, the stock is at a resistance at 3.7. So, support at 3.25, resistance at 3.7. For those who bought at 3.25, because of the bounce there, and now it's at a short-term resistance, you're now up 14%. Should the stock fail to break out of 3.7, take profits. I repeat, bounce from 3.25, it fails to go higher than 3.7, you may now take profits on the stock. If it goes above 3.7, next target price for you is at 4 pesos per share. So 3.25, because of that bounce, it goes to 3.7, fails to break out, you take profits, you're up 14.5%. Should it break out, hold, next target price for the stock will be 4 pesos per share. Next is from 3.25, 3.7, if it does not break out, it could go back to 3.25. If 3.25 does not hold, it will go to around, I guess, 2.5 pesos per share. But you don't want to be there if you're a quick trader. You have to remember this, for trading, it's very important that you cut losses. If you're investing, it's a different story. You cut because if there's any change in the fundamentals. But if you're trading, if the chart tells you that it's no longer in your favor, you better sell. The best thing that you can do is to separate your emotions when you trade. And I hope videos like this help you. I understand that we have a lot of Filipinos that are from different parts of the world that don't get to attend the seminars as well. So I hope, and I'm doing this, I don't know, just to really reach more people. And I love doing this. I guess one of my biggest, just to share lang, as we finish Harbor Star, just to share, one of the reasons why I do this is I really want to see the Philippines change and become a better place. And even though we're doing this at midnight, I still love doing it because we're now at a time that every Filipino should invest, and I'm glad that I'm a part of it. I'm glad that I'm a part of the Philippines that's changing and growing. You don't have to listen to what you see in politics, whether if it's Manny Pacquiao or what happened to Laila de Lima. It doesn't matter. You carve your own destiny. You forge your own destiny. Maging masipag lang tayo, things will be relatively better for us. Next, after TUGS, you have Bloomberry. So, ano lang, no? We have 2 bullish stocks. Most of them are still bearish. Now, let's look at this casino stock, Soler. Bloomberry. You have AJ asking for APL. You have Raymond, Trinity. That's an interesting last name. Trinity yung last name mo. Raymond. Hello to you. Mauli. Yes, afraid sa politics. Don't be afraid. I'll say this again. You have to remember, a lot of the listed companies, their business plans are more than 5 years. Kung nga bumili ka ng condo if you buy a condo, why am I saying this? Kung bumili ka ng condo, the condo will be there even after 6, 12 years, even though iba na yung president, yung investments nyo nandun pa rin. So, for me, it's time to have conviction in your investments, because as long as what you're investing in the stock market hindi yung inutang, as long as what you're investing in the stock market also hindi nyo pa kailangan, and as long as what you're investing in the stock market is excess, you don't have to be scared. A lot of people get scared when they invest in the market because they're exposing themselves to an amount na above and beyond that they can actually tolerate over a period of time. Yes, Rani, we'll talk about ALCO. Don't worry. Okay, let's go with Bloom first. Bloom is bullish, mid to long term. No sell signal yet. I repeat, Bloom, position traders, no sell signal yet. So congratulations to all of you who bought during the reversal. The reversal of Bloom happened late last year, August, November last year. Because of that reversal, it's what brought the stock up. I repeat, because of the reversal, it's brought the stock up. So for Bloom, we don't have any sell signals yet. You can hold on to the stock if you're a position trader. Oscillators are still pointing that you have a more bullish undertone for the stock. Money just started to come out though for Bloom, and some oscillators though have been showing weakness, that there's already some movements downward for Bloom. However, the trend is still intact. Mid to long term movement, it's still in an uptrend. Now, for quick traders, the stock now is relatively flat for the short term. Support is at 7.1. As Bloom hit 7.1, it started to bounce. Now it's now moving close to its resistance at 8. I repeat, Bloom is now moving close to its resistance at 8 pesos per share. I repeat, tagasan ka Mauli, let me know. It's now moving at 8, 7.1. It's now close to its resistance. For quick traders, it may now be a good time to take profits should the stock fail to break out from 8 pesos per share. So buy at 7.1, sell at 8. If it breaks out from 8, adjust your target price to 8.8 or 8.9. So I repeat this, 7.1, it started to go up and bounce. It's trying to break out of 8 right now. If it fails to break out, quick traders take profits. If it breaks out from 8, the next target price for you will be at around 8.8 and or 8.9 pesos per share. So breakout from 8 will give it another plus 10%, as it can go out to 8.8 pesos per share for the stock. So that's for quick traders. Position traders, no sell signal yet. Alright, wow, how long have we been on? Let me see. I actually don't know how long have we been on already. Janet asking for M-Wide. Si Joydet, masaya siya kasi, hey, Bloom daw. Are you a trader of Bloom or a long-term investor as well? Jeffrey asking for PA. And lastly, for the top 10, we will have MPI. But because there are 3 stocks that have been requested very much in this video, we will include after MPI, ALCO, Surpass, and another stock which I'll mention after Surpass. So let's go with MPI first. Alright, so you have Roy. Sabi niya, MPI please, pasok ang MPI, Roy. Pangarap mo, sagot ko. Just kidding. Biglang naging reporter. Okay, we're now up for 44 minutes. No, wow, hirap. I hope it's something that this is something that entertains you as well. Hirap din magsalita ng 44 minutes diretso tapos parang monologue. Then I hope it's not boring for some of you. All right, let's go. What stock is this? MPI. right. MPI, if you look at it, it tried to bounce a bit. However, it hit a resistance at 7. I'll repeat this. MPI tried to break out, but it failed to. As it tried to break out, it hit a resistance at 7. As it hit 7 though, the selling was relatively stronger, as a lot of the oscillators are still not showing, I guess, positive bullish movements upward. That's why selling was still relatively prevalent when it hit 7. So the resistance now for the short term for MPI is at 7 pesos per share. You have a support at around 6.7. So resistance is at 7, support is at 6.7. However, it failed to hold a very strong support. So should Metro Pacific Investments fail to hold 6.7, the problem with that is I think Megawide can go down and retrace to around 6.3 pesos per share for the short term. I repeat, 6.7. It broke down from a very strong support. So if it fails to hold, watch this for the next few days, especially for those attended the Stock Smart sessions. Watch out if this will hold. So you have a 6.7 support. If it fails to hold the 6.7 support, the stock could possibly go down to around 6.3 pesos per share. So again, 6.7, if it bounces, target price is 7.05, around that area, 6.7 to 7.05. If it fails to hold 6.7, it can go down to 6.3. So it's now at the support level. If it fails, if it does not really do well at the support, will go down to 6.3. If it bounces, 7.07. Position traders, I'll give you a more definite signal if you see a breakout happen. For position traders, I'm telling you, no buy signal yet. Avoid the stock first until we see a clearer breakout, probably in the next few days. But for quick traders, 6.7 to 7, 6.7 to 6.3 should the stock go down. Alright? So now, tapos na tayo sa top 10. Okay, now it's your user requests. Alright, the first one is ALCO. Yeah, tama yun. Tapos na yung TUGS and STI. So just go back to this video. It will be in YouTube or in marvingirmo.com. Alright. I wanted to show you something before. It's not here pala. So anyways, I wanted to show you. I have a Bloomberg Rubik's Cube. I got it when I visited Bloomberg in Singapore before. So anyways, okay, let's look at ALCO. User requested. So by the way, our rules each time, no, top 10 stocks, then we include that. Then for those na makukulit during the video session, we'll try to analyze that. So for this time, it's ALCO, surpass on another stock. Okay, Artaland. Artaland is bullish for the long term. No sell signal yet for position traders. I repeat it. ALCO, bullish still for the long term. No sell signal yet for position traders. It got protected and bounced off a support. So the support levels now for ALCO, for those who would want to have an escape mechanism should you want to sell. A breakdown from 1.33 could be a sell signal. A breakdown from 1 could also be a sell signal. I repeat, you have 1.3 and you have 1. I repeat this, 1.3 and 1 peso per share. A breakdown from 1.3 could bring it down to 1. A breakdown from 1 will make the stock even go lower to around 0.7. But what's good about ALCO, it's been protected by the support at 1 and the support at 1.33. So for position traders, you don't have any sell signal yet. A bounce from 1.33 though will bring the stock to 1.7. So position traders, you don't have a sell signal. For quick traders, you have a support at 1.33, you have a resistance at 1.7. So that's a very good spread, no? Buy at 1.3, sell at 1.7, that gives you around 28% gain. I repeat this. Buy at 1.3. If it fails to hold 1.3, you better cut losses kasi the drop from 1.3 back to 1 is a very, very steep 27% loss if ever you don't cut your loss. So buy at 1.3. The stock will go to 1.7 should it bounce. That will give you 28%. If it fails to hold 1.33, cut your losses as it could go down to 1 peso per share. Position traders, we don't have any sell signal yet. Who's that? Anna Cis Jits asking for web. Hello to you. Jess Lagrimas asking for Surpass. Kyle Clarence asking for DMPL. Jess, I wanted to do X, no, but I guess that's all the time we have for today. Baka kakatune in mo lang. No, I'm just kidding. We'll do Surpass. It's part of the additional that we have. Nako, my laptop's almost low bat na. 6% battery. Okay, buti na lang, we're almost done. Okay, let's go to Surpass. Surpass. By the way, Surpass has a breakout. All right, it broke out from the resistance at 8.12. You now 8.12 support, resistance at 9.2. So watch it out tomorrow. If it fails to break out from 9.2 pesos per share, the stock could retrace again and you may take profits. I repeat, from 8.12, the stock, because of the breakout from 8.12, it's what caused the 13.7% gain to 9.2 pesos per share. So watch out. If it has a hard time breaking out from 9.2, I'll repeat this. Take profits. I'll repeat it over and over. Fails to go out from 9.2, take profits because it will go back to 8.12. Fails to break out from 19.2, it will go back to 8.12. However, now here's where the magic happens. Should the stock break out from 9.2, the next target price for the stock will be 11.8. I repeat, if it breaks out from 9.2, the next target price for the stock will be 11.8 pesos per share already, which is around a 28% gain. But for the short term also, you can add around 10.25. So I'll repeat this. 9.25, the longer target price is 11.8, but it also has a short target price around 10.25 for the short term. So breakout from 9.2 will put it to 10.25, but the larger target price will be 11.83. You may take profits at 10.25 if it fails to break out from that. If it breaks out from 10.25, adjust it to 11.8. However, if it does not break out from 9.2, the stock will go back to 8.1 pesos per share. For position traders, though, the stock is still bearish. Just to clarify, the first things that I mentioned were all for quick traders. Position traders, the stock is still bearish for the mid to long term. It has to break out of 12.6 to become bullish. Again, the transition for the stock to move from being fully bearish to bullish is at 12.6. So we're still a great way off there. This is still a play for quick traders. Money still moving out, but a lot of oscillators are already showing you a more bullish undertone for the stock for the short to mid term. So congratulations to quick traders. Position traders, no buy signal yet. Stock is still bearish. And lastly, I promised an extra stock. I've been noticing it based on your post. Aside from ALCO and X, another stock that's been requested is FGEN. Meron pa ba sa inyo nag-request ng FGEN? FGEN that's still online? Meron pa ba? If not, kung wala na, we will stop this already because my laptop is almost low bat and I don't know where my charger is. I have to find it first. But anyways, if meron pang FGEN, let me know. If wala na, we will end this session already. Okay. Wala na yatang FGEN. Nako, sige. Natulog na yata sila lahat. Ayun, meron. Mark. Because of Mark, we will do FGEN. Alright. Ayan, pat si Alvin Verga. Alright, couple of things first. FGEN bounce. I'll talk about this from a quick term perspective. First, I'll talk about this from a quick trading perspective. The stock bounced from support at 21. It's now at the resistance at around 22 pesos per share. So watch this. A failure to break out from 22 will bring the stock from 21. I repeat, a failure to break out from 22 will bring the stock back to 21. So you may consider taking profits if it fails to break out from 22 pesos per share. However, look at this now. From 22, if it breaks out, it can now challenge the strongest resistance. The strongest resistance of the stock is at 23.4 pesos per share. I repeat, the strongest resistance of the stock is 23.4. If it breaks out from 23.4, the stock now reverses and turns bullish for the long term. So, a couple of things. Position traders, wait until the breakout from 23.4 so that you actually see it turn from bearish to bullish, and you actually see a large bullish reversal before you start coming in. So now, this is still a game for quick traders. Quick traders, 21 to 22, failure to go from 22, failure to break out from 22, the stock will go back to 21 pesos per share. If it breaks out from 22, it will go to 23.4 pesos per share over the short term. If it breaks out from 23.4 pesos per share, FGEN now turns bullish, and the next target price after the breakout from 23.4, the stock will go to 24.7 pesos per share. Hello to Wilson Flores, owner of Kamuning Bakery, very, very popular bakery, 70 plus year old bakery in Quezon City, in Kamuning. Kaya nga Kamuning Bakery kasi nasa Kamuning siya. And he's also a very, very popular columnist in Philippine Star. So, just to recap, talked about TEL, CHP, MEG VLL, STI, JFC, Cebu Pacific, TUGS, Bloom, MPI, ALCO, and FGEN. Among all of them, majority of them are still bearish for the long term, with the exception of STI, TUGS, Bloom, ALCO. But all of them from the mid to long term are still relatively bearish. Again, all of these videos will be uploaded in my website if you just tuned in late. Hello to Mark Densing, who said, wow. I guess that's it. Before I end, my new book will be out in a month or so. Please, if you know anyone, Stock Smarts Manila Technical and Fundamental Analysis this March. Japan, Tokyo, March 18 to 20. Then you have Singapore, March 20 to 23. Davao, April 28 to 29. Dubai and Doha, July, we will be there. I'm announcing it already. Doha, Qatar, and Dubai, UAE, we will be there for Stock Smarts Middle East. Perth, Australia, June, we will be there. Iloilo, we will be there this end of July. Then General Santos in August. So, I guess that's all for today. I always try to end this video session with something that's very, very inspiring. I had a talk for Sun Life yesterday, and they always also would tell me to end it in an inspiring note. And I always tell you this: don't let the amount of money that you have in your wallet or your bank account define who you are, because who you are is above and beyond the money that you hold. Your confidence must not be in what you see in your bank account. Your confidence must be something that you see within. Don't think of yourself as rich or poor by the amount of money that you have in your bank account. You are above that. You are beyond that. I believe God has blessed us with so much more than what we see or perceive that we think we are. So I hope that above and beyond you trading the market, you think and you believe that you are rich, because you will act the way that you see and you believe of who you are inside. You have to remember that thinking and believing first will allow you to walk in that direction. So when you go out the door, there's a lot of people who are relatively negative, that it has to be you. You must have something inside of you that will cause you to live life that's different. And that's why I do this videos, because you will see a lot of negative news, fake news all around you, and I want to be a positive influence in this world. I want to stand out and do something that's different. And if it's me creating videos that will encourage you and help you become better traders and help you be inspired, and that's my mark in this world. I just want to be a positive influence, and I want to help all of you. So God bless you. God is our provider. God is our source. Thank you so much for everyone who joined me. As what I always say, trade well, trade strong, trade smart. It's 12:33 a.m. here in Manila. This is Marvin Germo signing off, and thank you so much, and God bless you all.